Storytellers! Hi, boys and girls. Happy Friday. So today we've talked a lot about punctuation the last few days, and we learned about this punctuation mark in school. Do you remember what this punctuation mark is here? Very good. It is a period, and a period says stop. So it tells readers and writers that we're stopping the sentence. Today we're going to learn about two new punctuation marks. I have a really fun book to introduce these to you. Are you guys ready to get started? So here's my book, and it's called Oh No, George. I've never read this book, so I'm excited to read it with you guys. So in our book, we're going to learn about two new punctuation marks, okay? Harry is going out. Will you be good, George? Asks Harry. Yes, says George. I'll be very good. I hope I'll be good, George thinks. You think George is going to be a good boy? We'll have to see. George sees something in the kitchen. It's cake! Ooh, look. It's kind of hard to see on the screen, but at the end of this sentence, they have a special mark. They have this mark here. It's called an exclamation mark. Exclamation marks shows excitement. Like when it's your birthday and you tell someone, happy birthday. Happy birthday, Sam! So just like I read, it's cake! Because George is excited that there's a cake here for him. Okay, so anytime we see an exclamation mark, we read it like we're super excited. Okay? Dogs, well, anyone likes cake. But look at George. Do you think he's going to eat this cake? I said I'd be good, George thinks, but I love cake. What will George do? What do you think he's going to do? Do you think he's going to eat the cake? Or do you think that he's going to tell himself, no, I better not. I said I would be good. See what happens. Oh, no, George. Oh, and look, there's an exclamation mark. So I'm going to read it like I'm really excited. Oh, no, George. What did he do? He ate the cake. Oh, my goodness. That silly boy. What has George seen now? So look, at the end of this sentence, they use a special mark called the question mark. So a question mark asks. It could ask who, what, where, when, or why. So down here we have a question. Who is it? So when we read, we have like there's a question in our voice. Okay, so it draws attention to our word. Who is it? What is it? Where is it? Okay, so let me read that again. What has George seen now? It's cat. Oh, look, and there's an exclamation point, so we're going to read it excited. Do dogs and cats like each other? Sometimes they do. I said I'd be good, George thinks, but I love to play with Cat. What will George do? Oh, look, and here's a question mark, so we have to make sure that we ask a question. What do you think George is going to do? Oh, no, George. He started to play with Cat. And look, he's knocking down the tables and the phone and the lamp. Uh-oh. Is Harry going to be very happy when he gets home? What has George seen now? Oh, look, there's another question mark. So make sure when we're reading it that we use, we're like saying the word what. Our voice is elevating. So we go, what has George seen now? some lovely dirt. Oh, and there's an exclamation mark. I said I'd be good, George thinks, but I love to dig in dirt. Oh, and look, in this book, they use the word love in big capital letters. So also when I read, I know that love is a special word in this book. What will George do? Do you think that he's going to play in the dirt? Do you think he's going to dig in the dirt? Or do you think that he'll be good? We'll have to see. Oh no, George! He got into the plant. That silly dog. Oh, and look, it has an exclamation mark. So we make sure that it shows excitement when we read. Harry is back. Hello, Harry! Oh, look, and there's an exclamation point, so we read it excited. Great to see you! George! Look, there's an exclamation mark, so we make sure. Do we think Harry would be happy or sad when he walked in and saw his house? He would probably feel sad. What have you done? Oh, we're asking a question again. You've ruined the place. And how on earth did you eat a whole cake? So we have another question. He's asking, how did George eat that entire cake? I said I'd be good, George thinks. I hoped I'd be good, but I wasn't. What will George do? So we have a question mark again. Oh, look at George. How do you think he feels? Yeah, he's definitely sad. He might also feel bad that he didn't control himself and he couldn't resist doing all of those naughty things. I'm sorry, George says. I want to give you my favorite toy. Thank you, George, says Harry. Why don't we go out for a nice walk? Oh, look, and there's another question. So we're making sure we elevate our voice. Oh, did Harry appreciate that George apologized and wanted to give him something for breaking things? Yeah, I think he appreciated it. Great! Oh, look, there's an exclamation point. George loves to go out. There are so many things to see and do. Uh-oh, George has seen a cake. Will he eat it? So we have another question. Do you think he's going to eat it? No. George goes straight past. Well done, George. So look, there's an exclamation point. So that means that we're excited when we read. George sees some lovely dirt. Will he have a little dig? So listen how my voice elevates when I'm asking a question. No. Well done, George. Wow, he resisted digging. That's awesome. George doesn't even try to chase Cat. Even Cat is a bit surprised. Look, Cat's hiding up in the tree. Something smells very interesting. What can it be? So again, we're asking a question. It is a trash can. There's nothing George likes more than digging in trash. What will George do? Another question. George? Another question. What do you think? Do you think he digs in the trash? Let's look. Never tells us what he does in the story. What do you think at home? Do you think he dug in the trash? He was being a good boy now, wasn't he? All right, boys and girls. So again, we reviewed the period at the end of the sentence, an exclamation point, exclamation mark that shows that we're excited about something, and a question mark. So that means that we're asking a question. What we're going to do now is I'm going to write a sentence, and you guys are going to help me decide if it needs a question mark, an exclamation mark, or if it needs a period at the end of our sentence. All right. Are you ready? Let me get my stuff going here. Okay, let's read it. It says, I saw a big spider. So do you think we need a question mark, an exclamation mark, or a period at the end of our sentence? I saw a big spider. Well, if you're like Mrs. Wallace, you might be scared of spiders. So if I was writing the sentence, I would have an exclamation mark at the end because they scare me. So instead of saying, I saw a big spider, I would read it like I'm scared. I saw a big spider. Ah! Okay? It really changes it when you just add the right punctuation mark at the end. Let's do another one. All right, it says, did you see that spider? Do you think we need a question mark, an exclamation mark, or a period at the end? Did you see that spider? It's a question. We're asking somebody, did you see that spider? And now that we know it's a question mark, we will read it different. Did you see that spider? So we're asking someone. We're using an asking voice. Okay, let's do one more. The sun is yellow. Do you think we need a question mark, an exclamation mark, or a period at the end of our sentence? The sun is yellow. Yes, we would use a period. It's not something that's super exciting. It's more of a fact. We know the sun is yellow. We're not asking a question, so we would just use a period to tell our reader that we're done with the sentence, and then we can move on to the next sentence. Good job today, boys and girls. I'm super proud of you guys, and we hope you have a great weekend. See you later.